Guys, we have a story time. So, as some of you may know, I have been dealing with my dad being in the hospital, very critical condition. Okay, that's part of the story. I get a phone call from my ex-boyfriend while I was in the hospital. And me being me, I answer the phone. I stepped out from the hospital room, and I answered the phone. And he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, nothing much in the hospital. How about you?" He's like, "Oh, why?" I told him the situation, whatever. And he was like, "Oh, dang, whatever. I hope he gets better. I'm here in Miami." Because he doesn't live here anymore. "I'm here in Miami. I have a layover, and I was seeing what you were doing." Okay, first weird, okay. That's the end of it, okay? We hang up, bye. 30 minutes later, I get 2 more phone calls from him. And I don't answer either of them. I decline them because the doctors were in the room, and I was listening and talking to them. So I text him and I'm like, "What's up? I'm with the doctors." Do you want to know what this man said? "Let me use your car." Excuse me, what? I go, "What?" And he was like, "Let me use your car for 2 hours." I said, "Absolutely not." And he was like, "I was going to tell you to come with me, but I have to pick up something. And I know you're dealing with a lot, so just let me use the car." I was like, "No." Then this man had the audacity to say, "Okay, fine, I'm not going to get you tickets to the game," because he plays a professional sport. I'm like, okay, I don't even care to go to this freaking game. I don't care to go to anything for your lame ass city that you play for. I don't care. I don't care. But I just thought, wow, there are humans in the world. He's a special breed. God, pray for him. God, send him some grace. But wow. What I'm going through with my dad being in the hospital. Number 1. That's number 1. Number 2, we haven't been together for 2 years. And you're asking me to use my car? You got some balls. But the thing is that he thinks I would say yes because when we were together, he would walk all over me. I would do whatever he wanted. I was the yes girl. I said yes, yes, yes to everything. But now I grew some balls. No is the answer. And then he has the audacity to say, "I'm not going to get you tickets to the game anymore." Sir, I don't care to go to a game. And if I did care to go, I will buy it for myself. Thank you. But yeah, I just wanted to share that because I was baffled by that. So yeah, that's my story time. Many more maybe to come. I have other stories to tell too. So we'll see.
I have a confession that I've never shared.
Do it.
I'm 40 and I've been with my partner for 18 years. We have 3 children together. We're very happy and we have a good sex life, etc. We're just like your normal family, but here goes. A guy I used to sleep with when I was younger sometimes calls me now and then. He's also married with kids. And we have phone sex together. Me using a toy and him doing his business. This has been going on for the last 8 or 9 years. I know I would never meet him and do anything physical in person, but I love the attention feeling I get from this. And it really feels like it boosts my sex life in real life.
Wow.
Is it normal? I don't think it's quite normal, babes, or bad of me. I'm not sure if this is cheating or not, but it's good to tell you guys. I don't listen. People class cheating as different things. Some people would say
I would
no.
say that's cheating.
I would probably wouldn't be happy if it was my husband.
That's cheating. But listen, I'm not going to opinionate because listen, you do you,
on.
honey. You do you.
You do you.
Juicy confession.
I have a juicy story time for you. So last night, my friend and I go to a friend's birthday party, and so he met this girl, and then later that night we were supposed to leave, and then I randomly met this girl, and we were supposed to go to a second party, and so I was like, so the two girls came to an Uber ride with us. One was sitting right here, and the other one was sitting right beside me, so I'm like right in the middle, and good to be sandwiched. And so just randomly, the conversation was quiet, and I said, "Is anyone here bi?" And I was drunk, just like looking. I couldn't even look at any of the girls. I just looked straight into the middle. I'm like, is anyone here bi? Because it was so embarrassing to look at anybody. And so it was quiet. It was quiet. It was silent. And I was like, fuck, why did I ask that? And so the girl beside me, the one that I met like literally last second, we found her, I don't know where. And she's like, well, I think women are so pretty. How could they not be? Or whatever, something like that. And that was like an entryway gate for me. And I was like, want to make out? Oh my God, I'm so bold. Wow. So we made out. But it was nice because my lips haven't been kissed in a while. And anyway, that was my little juicy story.
I accidentally slept with my best friend's granddad, and now my baby is going to be her auntie. Story time. So I've known my best friend Amy since we were kids. She knew all of my family. I thought I knew all of hers. So one fateful night 9 months ago, I had a one-night stand with a guy that was a lot older than me. He was in his late 70s, and it was just a one-night thing, okay? I had no information on this guy. I didn't even know his name. Now, because of how close we were, my best friend wanted to throw a party with all of her family so they could meet the baby. So I'm at the party. Everything is going really, really well. I am working the room, saying hi to everybody I know. This is when I turn around and see the man that I had a one-night stand with. And I don't know which one of us was more shocked to see the other. We agreed like telepathically that we did not know each other. So I'm like to my best friend Amy, so who's that guy? And that is when she dropped the absolute clanger that this was in fact her granddad. I was like, what do you mean granddad? I was like, oh, I thought your grandma and granddad were still together. And she was like, no, my granddad's husband isn't actually my granddad. At one point later on in the night, granddad comes up to me and he's like, hi, how are you? Congratulations. Where's the father? Why haven't you bought him? I didn't need to, he's already here. And that is when I had to break the news to my best friend's granddad that he was the father. He was initially very, very stunned, but then went on to tell me that he really, really wants to be a part of his daughter's life. So I guess my issue now is, how do I tell my best friend that I slept with her granddad? Because I really don't want her to think that I am any different. Also don't want her to think of the father of my child and her granddad any different either. Help a girl out and leave any tips in the comments.
Get ready with us. Most embarrassing school story time. Okay, my first embarrassing school story time. It was like my second day at the new school, and like I came in the middle of the year, right? So it was like I was brand new, like nobody knew me. It was literally the second day, and it was snowy outside because it was the middle of the year, and it was like December or something, and we had like a deck because we had like portables for like my grade. And the deck was really slippery, and we had this door that would like lock whenever it closed. You had to press a button and like people had to like buzz you in, and I saw that the door was shutting and I had to get inside, so I started running. I don't know how this happened, but there's like a plank, like a little wood plank, and I slipped on it, and I was like at the back, and I flew across the entire deck like fast as possible. Like I was zooming, and I flew across the entire deck in seconds. I flew past several students, several of like the popular girls too, and I like flew past them, and they're just looking at me, and they're like, and I'm like, I go into the bathroom and I have like huge, like I had like a bruise on my butt. Like I had like marks all over my pants. Guys, when I tell you it was bad, it was bad.
Okay, another story time about that deck. So in 8th grade,
Stupid deck.
yes, the deck. But I was wearing like kind of long jeans. It was during like passing period. I was walking with the
Mine was passing
I
period
almost
too.
just name dropped. But so I had like kind of long jeans on, like a little bit.
Yeah, because we had uniforms, so it was like
Yeah.
we had to wear like long pants.
Yeah, and a nail, like a loose nail, got caught on my jeans, and I tripped and fell.
Guys, another story time about this deck, kinda. So it was like, this was like actually like a little while like later, but like I still hadn't met anybody, but like there wasn't any snow, and I was like running to my class. I don't know what's up with me and running on this deck, but I was running to my class, and like I was like running around the corner, and some like the door was like, there was like a door right here, and I was running around the corner around the portable, and someone comes out the door and they start running too. We clash into each other. I fly into the portable. It makes a really loud bang, and the teacher comes outside. My teacher comes outside, but this wasn't my class. The teacher comes outside. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, I get up and I run. I like start running to my class. This stupid deck.
Yes, another story time about this dumb deck. Okay, so basically there were like boys that would play
Football.
football on it, and
During
they would
passing
like
period.
during passing period, and they would like throw it back and forth, and it was like near the door, right, like to get into the main building. Well, I was just trying to get into the main building, and they threw it and it hit my head, and
She flew.
I swear I was knocked unconscious for a few seconds.
She rolled down so there's like this little turf hill. She rolled down the little turf hill. Okay, guys, so this was also still like the first time, like my first semester being at this school. There was this guy that I really liked, and we were like weren't allowed to have our phones out, but I felt like a baddie, so I put my phone out, and we were like chilling outside because this was like the teacher had let us go outside to like do our work or something. I had my phone, and I had this like, I stopped the phone case. I had this Rode phone case, and he like make fun of my phone case, and then he like took the phone case off my phone, but he grabbed like, I think he thought he took the phone case off my phone, but like he just took my entire phone and flung it into the trash, and my phone broke. The broken phone is still in my dad's like dresser in his room, but my phone was broken, and I was trying not to cry for the rest of the day.
Okay, so this is a story time about lunch and cane sauce. Okay, so it was Cane's Day.
Yeah, we get canes.
Yeah, we
on
get
Fridays.
canes on Fridays sometimes, and basically I was sitting next to my ex-best friend Kinley, and she was
Kinley.
sitting across the table from this dude, and they were like flinging a cane sauce, like a closed cane sauce.
Oh, is it closed?
Yeah, back and forth, and it like, I think the boy, he like pushed it like way too hard or something, and it got all over me.
Oh, it got all over her
Yeah, it
clothes.
was all over my clothes. It
Should
stained
walk around
it.
the rest of the day with
Yeah.
cane sauce all over her. Probably
Yeah,
looked like.
freaking Dookie.
Yeah, it looked like doo caca. Okay, guys, so we were in this theater class, and we were like painting these like masks or something, and it was like time to paint because we had just like done the paper mache or whatever we were doing. And I don't know what the heck I was making, but I got this white paint, and I was like trying to squish the paint, but like I was on the floor next to the paints, like because they were underneath the smartboard, and I was like going like, and then the top comes off of the thing, like it's like
I was there for this, by the way. It was
the
hilarious.
top comes off, it explodes, it goes all over my clothes, which the teacher was like, make sure not to get it on the carpet, guys. It gets all over my clothes, all over my Uggs, my freaking brand new Tasmans, and it goes all over the floor, and it was white paint, and the carpet was like dark blue, so like it wouldn't come out, and I was so embarrassed, and I went to the bathroom and I was crying, and I started, I don't know, it was like a horrible day. Oh, and I called my grandma to come pick me up, and then she took me to get Thai food, and then she made me go back to school, and it was... Guys, I have another story time. So I was in science class. We were in class together, and I was drinking water, and I started choking, and I couldn't breathe. And I had this like breathing, like I had like an issue breathing at that time. I don't even know what was going on, but I had like an issue with breathing, and I started choking, and I couldn't breathe. And I get up, and I start running across the class. I run into the freaking lockers, and I couldn't breathe, so I was
And
just
our
on the
teacher-
ground. The
Our teacher was like calling the little call button to like notify the office to like call the ambulance.
And
or
she's like, we got
something.
a kid who's not breathing in here. And I was just on the floor, and I was freaking purple. And then this girl is like, just breathe. And then this other kid is like, oh, looks like Barney. Which, by the way, I liked this kid at the time. So whenever I heard him say that, I was like, and then the teacher comes in and the principal drags me out and I get an inhaler and I'm like,
And everybody was asking me like, what's going on? What's going
guys,
on? Like,
I did not have asthma or anything, by the way. So I don't know what happened. And I'm in the principal's office and I'm bawling my eyes out because I was like, bro, he called me Barney. And I go back and like, I could have gotten picked up, but I didn't want to get picked up because like, I was like, bro, my parents are going to like talk to me about it. It's feel embarrassed. I don't know. I felt like embarrassed about it. And then I went into, my 4th hour and I was like just sitting in there and I was sitting on the floor and I was like I'm gonna tell the principal that you called me Barney. I was like blackmailing him and then he was like, what can I do to make you not tell the principal? And I was like, you can give me a whole pack of the big gum, like a whole big pack of gum and 2 Dr. Peppers.
And he was like so scared.
He was so scared.
He was like, genuinely, please, like, I'll do anything.
And then he gave me the 2 Dr. Peppers and he gave me a whole pack of gum and it was just like so embarrassing. Like I can't believe I don't know. And then I was walking around outside after I was like walking my car and I was like, and I heard these kids in the grade below and they're like, some girl almost died today. And I was like, guys, we're putting on lip plumper. It's on my tongue again. Guys, we can't think of anything else. So we're done. Bye.
Why did my mother-in-law just tell me that she uses the same spicy items as me? God. Mom was visiting for the weekend. Decided to clean the fucking house. It was so nice. Me and my boyfriend decided to have a date night since she was here. She said that she was gonna watch the dog and just hang out. We walk in the door. We see that she cleaned the entire house. We both just look at each other. We're like, okay. She's sitting in the living room. We're like, oh, thank you for cleaning, you know, this and that, whatever. I'm dreading going upstairs because I know exactly what I had out in the bedroom. I had all of my adult toothbrushes, had my cattail out, if you know what I mean. Sugar teas on the bedside table, half eaten. We have a whole box of things underneath our bed. Ha! She doesn't mention it. I'm sitting here trying to think about what I'm going to say to her. My boyfriend hops in the shower and I go downstairs and we're just chatting. She looks at me and she goes, I have something to tell you. I'm like, here we go. We're pretty close, so like, you know, we're pretty open about everything. She looks at me and goes, me and your father-in-law actually just found out about sugar teas a couple of months ago and we love them. This was not on my fucking bingo card at all. I don't know if I should ever use them again because I'm afraid that all I'm gonna think about my friend's parents using the sugar teas. I'm cracking the fuck up.
I had a 3-way with my best friend and her boyfriend, but I haven't told my boyfriend yet. I broke up with my ex-boyfriend several months ago after being with him for literally 8 years. And I will admit that after our breakup, I did go through somewhat of a hoe phase. During that phase, I was spending a lot of time with my best friend. She was my biggest support in everything. And I was also spending a lot of time with her boyfriend, with her there. Basically, the 3 of us would hang out all the time. And one of those nights, we were hanging out at their place late at night and we were just drinking wine, watching movies, and just spending some chill time together. Towards the end of the night, while I was about to head out, my friend suggested that I stayed over because it was quite late. We were all quite drunk and cutting the details out. Basically, we ended up doing it, like the 3 of us. Everything was safe and consensual. The 3 of us wanted that to happen and there was no awkwardness at all. Actually, it was quite nice. A short while after that happened, I met my now boyfriend at a nightclub. I thought it was just gonna be a one-night stand, but no, we ended up actually falling in love and we transitioned from like just hooking up to a relationship in a very natural way. The problem is that it's been a few months and during this time, he's gotten pretty close to my best friend and to her boyfriend. Like we do double dates all the time. We're all pretty close. And I'll be honest, there was never a moment, like a good moment where I thought it was good to bring up the 3-way because it's also not the sort of thing you would want to talk to people. I feel this huge weight on my shoulders because he doesn't know, and every time we're hanging out, like the 4 of us, I feel like there's this huge secret hanging over all of us and he's just on the outside of it. We're all so close and I really don't want to ruin it. Like I don't want to ruin my relationship or like the relationship that we have, like the 4 of us together, but I know he has to know. The longer it goes on, the worse, I guess, but I'm spiraling and I really don't know how to tell him.
My best friend added my mom to our group chat thinking that it was our friend. She had one job was to add Sarah to the group chat. Sarah and my mom had the same fucking name. All day in this group chat, we were sitting here talking about our sugar teas orders, sending pictures of ourselves in the group message. My mother does not say a fucking word. It's a fly on the wall seeing all of these text messages, talking about how our boyfriends ate it, how good they thought it was. We were going in, no details missed. Fast forward to Sunday dinner. One breadstick in, go to sip my wine, and my mom goes, what's the package situation? I'm like, what package situation? There's only one thing that she could be talking about. That is sugar teas. My mom's like, yeah, you added me to the group message this afternoon. She's like, I have a lot of questions. Sure you do. We all have our mom, and we all know how our mothers are. They're nosy. My mom was sitting there at dinner explaining she's seen in the group chat. Grandma leans over to my boyfriend and is like, is this normal? This is not the light that I wanted my entire family to see me in.
I sell access to my holes for a living. I'm a working girl and I want to share another story time with you guys because you seem to love the weird and wild stories of what happens to me on the job. So I've had this happen a few times, but I'm gonna detail like one specific story. So I had this brand new client arrive, never met him before. He's roughly 5-6 years older than me, comes in, we have a little bit of a chat. While we're having a chat, he seems a little bit suspicious. Like, I'm used to my clients being awkward because a lot of mine are super nervous, but this guy just seems a little bit suspicious, and I'm like, is he gonna do something? I don't know if I'm getting that kind of energy, but something just feels a little bit off. He pays, we get into the service, we're doing the thing, we're going about the usual vanilla processes, you know, the same old. And then he starts like kissing like down my body, and I think, oh yeah, like I know what he's gonna do. Sure, our minds all going to the exact same place. But instead of doing what I expected, he gets to the belly button and he starts like licking around in there. It's so unexpected. It's not super uncommon for people to be into belly buttons. I've definitely encountered it before, but most of the time they have a conversation about it or like briefly mention it ahead of time so that I'm not startled when it happens. If you didn't know, I have a piercing in my belly button. So like I can't just see straight into my belly button. The piercing covers the hole. And like as he's going in there, he's moving the belly button piercing to the side to get into it with his tongue, like not with his hand. And this is a little bit gross on my part, but as he's in my belly button, he finds a piece of fluff, like cat fluff, in my belly button. I don't know how long it had been in there. I was literally mortified, and I'm mortified telling this story. It's like in his mouth and he pulls it out like it's fucking furball. Following his like repulse, like spitting it out of his mouth, he goes back to it. There's nothing really entertaining about the rest of the booking. He goes about it like normally, goes back to the belly button a few times. Following that, I just realized that like I don't clean my belly button enough. I don't clean it every day. This needs to be like at least an every 2 days occurrence. That is disgusting. I don't know how it got in there. It possibly could have been in there for like a few days. Maybe I was just like sliding along my bed and like collecting cat fluff with my belly ring and it scooped it up in there. I don't know how it got in there, but it is disgusting. He didn't really seem that bothered at the time. Like he kept going, but I have never seen him again. And like I don't really blame him, because I would find that really gross if I found cat fluff in someone's belly button.
Part 2 to how me and my mum got kidnapped in Tenerife. So after the deck chair incident, when he stormed off, me and my mum was like, right, we're just gonna stay at the pool, like it's fine, we'll just have fun at the pool, like have a little chill, and then we'll go back up to the room and he'll be fine, and we'll go out for dinner with him like we did like literally every night. And then we got back up to the room and he was asleep, I think, or he was just sat in bed like not talking to my mum. My mum was like, right, if you're not gonna talk to us, we'll get ready and we'll go out and leave you then, and just like we'll have a nice time, because we weren't gonna have a nice time if we were out with him. He was just like being a dick. So we went out with me and mum. We just went out on our own, just left him to do whatever he wanted. And then we got back. It was a really nice meal. Like it was probably better than any of the other meals that he was at, because he was just a little racist cunt. Basically, we got back, and this is where the story really starts. We got back from the meal and he was there. He was awake, and we are pretty 90%, maybe even 99% sure that he was on drugs. Like he was on the sniff. So he was like, you know, being weird. But my mum like put me to bed. I was like sleeping on a little sofa bed in the living room, and I could hear them too, like squabbling. Like the door was closed, but I could hear them. And then my mum like came out and she was like, I've not got your lighter. Basically we were arguing about a lighter. He was saying that my mum had stolen his lighter when she hadn't. Like, so yeah, they were just arguing about that. And then he goes into their room, takes my passport, takes my mum's passport, takes her suitcase, and takes her purse, so she can't pay for anything. And then we were like, shit, what do we do? Like, what do we actually do? He basically like ran off with him, and me and my mum were just left there with no passports, no suitcase. All we had was my suitcase. We didn't have my mum's. I think my passports were actually in my mum's suitcase. And same with her wallet. Like he'd just taken everything that we would have needed to get home. Like we were trapped. So we went down to the like little hotel lobby, and we said to him like, call the police on this man. Like he's just stolen all our stuff, and now we're stuck in Tenerife. We can't get a taxi. Like we couldn't do anything. He was also like following us around the hotel. Like we just wanted him to leave us alone. Like, you've taken all our stuff, just leave us alone. But he wouldn't. Somehow my mum got a taxi, because I remember vividly being in the taxi and I remember thinking he was going to follow us to the airport because he had all the money. And yeah, I don't know how we got a taxi. I don't know if the hotel might have paid for it, but we did. We ended up getting a taxi. This was also before like Apple Pay, so she couldn't have used that on her phone. But yeah, we got to Tenerife Airport and we had to get an emergency flight home. Obviously, we weren't going to stay. I think we still had like 3 or 4 days left. We had to get them emergency passports. And yeah, we did get home, obviously, but it was not an ideal situation. I'm sure there's so much more that my mum could add to the story because I was only like 9, but she don't really like talking about it, and I kind of get it. So yeah, thanks for listening.
This video is for the man who decided to fall down a flight of stairs at the event I was at on Saturday night. And I basically got robbed of me drink, full cup, voddy lemonade, and guess what? My cup went psh. I went my drink went flying up like a fucking fountain all over me. I'm sure he was dry, of course. And now look, I'm fucking injured. Where there's a blame, there's a claim. You're lucky, darling. No, I'm only joking. Hope you get rained on though. Weather's not looking good this week. Hope you leave your brolly at home. And you know what? If you think that I was going to not wear my cute boots to work because of my injury, think again. I wore them today and fucked up my ankle ×2, and I'll do it again. But the worst part is that he just said, sorry, darling, kept it stepping. What about my drink, son? What about my drink? Because I bought myself another drink, but you should have bought me another drink. Whether you wanted to chat to me or not, darling, I didn't want to chat to you. Not after you fucking took me down a flight of stairs, babe, and fucked me ankle up. You're lucky I was drunk. You're lucky I was off the tequila shots because I didn't feel that. I didn't notice that until 4 p.m. yesterday. Honestly. And yesterday was Sunday, by the way. 4 p.m. the next day, didn't notice me pain. I've noticed it now. Got me petit pois on. Got me petit pois peas out for that.
I wish I could just have a willy for the day to see what it'll feel like. I think it'll be so weird having that like hang outside your body, and like the balls, like they must stick to their leg or like the gooch and stuff, and then the willy like gets all sticky. It's not nice, a willy. A nunny is much cleaner.
Just feels like a little mini elephant trunk, doesn't it? Just sort of flapping around your front part. It would just feel weird for us, wouldn't it?
I really want to know.
Maybe we should get a strap-on, like dinkly dangly willy.
Silicone one.
Yeah, is it?
So we could spend a day.
Experience what it's
like.
like.
If I were a boy, I would play with my boy.
I just keep thinking of the chats I have with my boy at the moment.
I would willy wave and helicopter.
Nice.
When my ex-husband had a wank, he would pull his foreskin up and squeeze at the end to catch the jizz. Then he'd empty it into a sack at the side of the bed. So glad we got divorced and I never have to wash his crispy socks again.
Are you sure that's not a spill the tea? Because, yo, Lauren, are you okay?
I feel like white in the face, grey. But no, really but boys do this. It's a big thing in like TV that they like keep things in a sock.
Yeah, but that's disgusting.
Chrissy, I'm not defending them. I'm saying, from my references,
your sock is going to go into the laundry basket
and get into my jumpers and fucking foreskin on my
Can you
sweater.
imagine? Chuck it in the bin. Ugh, stop that.
My favourite bedtime activity, this isn't going where you think it is, when my husband least expects it, insert my fingers into my fanny and rub the contents of my fanny across my husband's forehead while shouting, Simba! Oh my God. Full disclaimer, I'm currently 5 months pregnant, and as all my fellow females who have been pregnant will know, it's like a waterfall down there at the moment, much to my amusement and my husband's despair. Please keep me anonymous, as we're both police officers.
Get ready with me while I tell you about all the people I kissed. This might be a surprise to most people, but I've only kissed 2 people. Everyone I kissed, I was in a relationship with. Someone's here to fix my shower. First kiss. So I was dating this person for 3 months before they kissed me. Not gonna lie, I was kind of just waiting for it, but it was actually for a YouTube video. So yeah, it's on camera and It was very awkward. It was in an alleyway. In an alleyway, first kiss for a YouTube video. So, second one is with my current boyfriend. This one was like the movies. We weren't dating at the time, but we went to go see a movie. We also went with 2 of our other friends. I was kind of expecting it, almost. But I was laying over his lap, and I kept looking at him just because he's so attractive. And he's like, I know you're waiting for me to kiss you, but like, you're sitting at a weird angle. I was like, what? But then during a jump scare of this movie, he just grabs me and kisses me. How romantic. But we kept kissing and, you know. But he made me feel really special. After that, he literally just left the movie theater as soon as the movie ended. So I didn't know what to think, but now we're together and everything is great. That's my story time. Let me know if you want more.